One of the biggest concerns that I hear from people when I work with them or prior to working with them, or even for my own self, it's like the question is, well, how do I know I'm going to get the results that I want? So let me share with you where how one of my clients, I'll call her Lucy, did get the results that she wanted, and even in a way, much more so than she expected. So Lucy came to me wanting to find and create a love relationship. Now, I am not a love coach, but because we had a bond and a connection, and she trusted me, I said, sure, if you're willing to invest, I'd be happy to support you. So, one of the things and the elements in my program, even way back then, was always connecting with the divine and developing a deeper relationship with the divine. Because when we start out, we're like, the way we've been working in our lives is, it's influenced by our smaller self or our ego. And the ego likes everything nice and safe and, predictable and in a box and stable. But when we want to bring in something new, like a relationship, then we have to break out of that box and connect with our higher self and the divine. So I suggested, like, to Lucy, would she be open to this? And she was like, she was poo-pooing me because she had never been exposed to the divine. Not really. She didn't grow up in her household in her childhood. They didn't do church or any sort of religion or meditation or any of that. So this was kind of a stretch, a big stretch. However, I did know that she was very well read and extremely intelligent. So I was guided to suggest that we start with goddesses who are divine beings that she may have read about. Well, she was willing to try that, so we did. And we called in goddesses that could help her bring in and create a relationship with a wonderful man. Then, as time went on, she started working with her goddess, and she was getting really into this. I was guided to bring in angels that also can help with love relationships. And she was open with that because she kind of liked having the goddesses on her side. So we brought them in. And she took copious notes because this is back in the days when we worked on the phone and you didn't have Zoom and Zoom recordings. And so she had the notes. The good news is, did she get was she in a relationship? Yes, she did manage to co-create a relationship simply by all the work that we had been doing, and she'd been doing on her own. And she put herself out there, she did it. And of course, the divine help. Then years later, as something else came up and she wanted to come back and work with me again, but she said to me, like, Catherine, I still read my notes. I look back on them and I call on my angels and my goddesses. And they still help me. I'm going, yo, wait, that is so awesome. Because the results were not simply that she manifested the relationship that she wanted, but even so, beyond that, she had developed a deep relationship with the divine that she has carried through to this day. Now that's a huge result because when you have and develop a deep relationship with the divine, you always feel supported and safe and loved. And that's one of the things I find with many people on a spiritual journey, especially women are divorced and they have an empty nest or they're going to, and they feel so alone, unsupported and unappreciated, and like the guidance isn't there, and like they're here and all that other stuff is somewhere out there, but it's not right here. But when you can bring it in, like we do in my intuitive ignition program, then it's that is always there. That support from the divine, your own higher self is always there. So if you're ready to really co-create with the divine, what it is that you desire in your life, that bigger vision for your life. And and you've tried, and you've maybe had a coach before, maybe you've even gotten results before, but you want to go to that next level. You want to step up. You want to be more of who you can be. You want to live from that fullest place, from that soul aligned place of who you are and what you came to be, and to be that evolutionary, conscious, successful, powerful woman that you are in your field and in your community. Then I invite you to have a conversation with me where we'll look at what's kept you stuck and blocked, and we'll look at what your bigger vision is for your life, and how, if we are energetically aligned and meant to work together, then I will explain in greater detail about my intuitive ignition program, not just the whole part about the divine. And if not, that's okay too. But to start, we need to have that conversation so you can have the results like my client Lucy did. So if this is of interest to you, then I invite you to click the link below and jump on my calendar, and we will talk soon so you have the results of the biggest vision for your life. I look forward to talking with you soon. Again, the link is below. And until I see you again, love and blessings. Namaste.